Welcome to Adelaide City Park here in Oakton for this WNPL Round 3 clash between Adelaide City and West Adelaide, the real Adelaide derby. My name's Paul Marcachitti. I'm joined by Andy Rusgar. G'day, Andy.
G'day, Paul. How you going? Good to be with you here.
Good to be with you too. Looking forward to this match, and we thank FFSA and the 10th inning for their support in bringing this game in the WNPL as part of this fantastic initiative, a double-header to play the WNPL game before this afternoon's NPL match, which will kick off at 3 o'clock. West Adelaide and Adelaide City, of course, as we mentioned, play the real Adelaide derby. This game is live stream is proudly supported by Claymore Wines. Keep an eye out over the coming weeks for the Claymore Wines Women's Football Fundraising Program, and Round 3 of the WNPL South Australia is proudly presented by Valo, professional LED lighting sports, designed and engineered in Australia. Well, Andy, this is not just the real Adelaide derby, but it's also a top-of-the-table clash today. We're really looking forward to how this one will play out, because both of these sides have made a flying start. I know we're only in round 3, but they've both won their first 2 games.
It's interesting. We are only in round 3. It is election day here in South Australia, but we didn't quite think the WNPL could have such a big decider this early on in the season. It is only March. It is only round 3, but after the predicted high flyers, Metro United suffered a loss last week. Another draw last night, so they dropped points again. This opportunity for Adelaide City and West Adelaide is an enormous one to get an early head start in the WNPL in what promises to be a tight season.
It certainly does, and we would normally expect this particular game to be tight, but of course when they met in the grand final last season, Adelaide City managed to run away with a 4-1 win after an early goal went in against them, scored by Antonia Lupoi. After that, it was really one-way traffic going the other way.
You know, a lot of the cars that were in that one-way traffic, though, Paul, not going to see them this afternoon. There's going to be no Alex Chidiac. Tiarn Powell isn't out for Adelaide City. So it's a different kind of West Adelaide versus Adelaide City as we've seen in the grand final.
Well, West Adelaide are really going to need to make sure that they can get one over Adelaide City, because their record against City is not very good, and we'll go through that in a minute. We might just sorry, go ahead, Andy.
I was just going to say, it's kind of the first day that feels a bit like football weather, you know. We've had the summer, but today it's got grey skies, bit of drizzle out there. We can head to the boundary now. Cassandra Trappietti's down there for us. What's the weather like, Cass?
Good afternoon, guys. It's a little bit windy, but it's quite muggy as well. So I think no wind to really gain an advantage for either side just yet.
It's going to be interesting. We're going to have to ask you for constant updates, because whereas mostly we're usually exposed to the elements, here at Adelaide City Park we've got a roof over us.
Yes.
We're in a lovely little box here where we're able to watch the action. So it's an absolutely fantastic facility here, and really looking forward to it. Any thoughts from you, Cass, on how you think this one might play out today?
I'm leaning towards Adelaide City. I just think they're a bit too strong for West Adelaide, but you never know. You know, without Alex Chidiac as well, I think that could work in West Adelaide's favour.
Certainly that might be. And if we look at the record between these two sides, West really, Andy, they really desperately need to put one over Adelaide City. The last time they beat Adelaide City, you've got to go back to the Cup final in 2014, when West Adelaide beat Adelaide City by 3-2. Christina Papageorgiou was actually on the score sheet for West Adelaide that day, and she and Dragana Klajic, in fact, scored for Adelaide City that day. But since then, the two clubs have met on 10 occasions, I should say, if you include the 2015 Charity Cup. And West Adelaide haven't been able to win any of those games. There's been a couple of draws, but City have really had the wood on them.
4 years ago is an eternity in women's football in South Australia. We know the turnover between clubs. It's a vibrant transfer market. The W League as well, Adelaide United picking and choosing players from the local scene. It means that, you know, that time when West Adelaide beat Adelaide City all those years ago is ancient history, effectively, and they really will be looking to shake that voodoo that Adelaide City have over them today.
Yeah, they certainly will. Let's have a look at the players that are lining up today for both sides. If we look at the Adelaide City lineup, they've got Papa Nikitas in goals. We think the back four will be Nicholas, Macaulay, Matilda McNamara back with the side after year out, and Gray. We've got Sasaki, Holmes and Campagnoli in midfield, and Fitzharris, Di Bartolo and Atkins up forward. We're not sure, just not sure if Atkins will play that far forward, but we'll wait and see if that prediction is correct. And their coach is Michael Hatzipanagiotis. He was an assistant formerly to Paul Pezos, and he is taken over the reins as senior coach. On the bench, it's Phil Cox, Robertson, Isabel Darlin-Flight, Mitchell and Kendall Jenner will be the reserves for Adelaide City. If we move over and look to the West Adelaide lineup, we've got Sarah Willisey in goals. Of course, had a terrific season with Adelaide United. At the back, it's Burgess, Bailey, Cerulis and Emily Hodgson. Good pickup for West Adelaide this season, Emily Hodgson. In the middle, it's Papageorgiou, Pavla Manolakis and Burnett. And up forward, Georgia McCree up on the left, Nicole Tilley and DeBono. That's a pretty good front three. On the bench for West Adelaide, it's Hillier, Durier, Clayich, Quinn and Hall. And Kevin McCormick, of course, continues as their coach. Today's referee is Daniel Bryant, and on the assistant referees are Torin Cooper and Jackie Megson. So some pretty good lineups today. Adelaide City are missing a couple of players, as you mentioned, Andy, but there's just so much depth in this team, so much quality, and we think that they will probably start narrow favourites. And just seen Grace Abbey, I think, still hobbling away there. She won't be taking her part today for Adelaide City. She was magnificent for them in the grand final last season. That's another big out for Adelaide City.
Yeah, like you said, a lot's changed. Grace Abbey missed out on the Adelaide United W League season through to injury.
Yeah, I think she got one or two games.
One or two games, but it was a big loss for them, and indeed it will be a loss for Adelaide City this afternoon. I think as the players walk out, we can see there West Adelaide, more familiar faces, more of a typical West Adelaide lineup. Adelaide City, a little bit unfamiliar, some of the players there. We haven't seen too much of the likes of Fitzharris playing on the part for Adelaide City. So it'll be very interesting to see if the experience of West Adelaide can probably cause what you said, Paul, would be an upset.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be particularly interesting if they can actually exploit the one or two sort of less familiar players to the starting lineup. That's something that West Adelaide will really want to do. They're really going to want to put one over City, given this hex they've got. They know they're going to meet 3 times during the season, as all the teams do, but this will be a pretty important shot to get away out of the locker for them this early. The players are just going through the handshakes. West Adelaide, of course, led by Christina Papageorgiou. She'll be pretty keen today. I caught up with her not long after the grand final as she came off the pitch. And she said after West Adelaide were beaten by Adelaide City in that grand final, she said, I'm going to have to go around for another year now. And she really wants to win a championship with West.
She's certainly gone around many times. A determined and fierce tellers woman of the WNPL, you would say. Not, you wouldn't say talisman, tellers woman. She was definitely going to be desperately keen. Used to play for her prior trade at Adelaide City, of course, and would love to add a trophy and get one up over the old, the real Derby, as they call it. And they're giving away a trophy so named.
Yes, the real Adelaide Derby trophy is going, one for this game and one for the NPL game that comes in after this. So just having the handshakes between the captains, I think Adelaide City at this point have just sort of gotten themselves ready at the club room's end. And no, but we are going to have a swap over. So West Adelaide are going to be kicking from the club room side. They're going to be kicking from left to right on your screen, and that's also kicking towards the southern end here at Oakden.
Can only be moments away now from kick-off. Cass down there on the line. Last feelings before the game.
Still with Adelaide City, guys. What about you?
Yeah, I think it could be a very, very tight fixture, and we talk about how important this one is leading into the game. I think that both will cancel each other out, and we might see a score draw this afternoon. Paul?
I reckon this might be the day West puts the Hex to bed. I think they might just get up today. I reckon 2-1.
Well, one of us is going to be right, guys.
We've got all three. Yes. We've got all three predictions going. So as we look at the players lining up, there's Georgia Campagnoli running back to the centre circle. Both players, both teams just lining up around the centre circle for a moment. Just having a moment's silence. All ready for kickoff here at Adelaide City Park in Oakden. Adelaide City versus West Adelaide. Round 3 of the WNPL. These two teams meeting as the only two sides with a 100% record. And it's going to be Adelaide City to get us underway. You can see Nano Sasaki, terrific addition to the Adelaide City side last season. She's starting up front. Well, she's certainly taking the kickoff. And City are away. And they will be kicking from right to left. There's Dylan Holmes with an early touch, looking to see if she can get the ball in forward for Fitzharris. Into the side today. Campagnoli plays it out wide. And now City are trying to get into an attack, and they've got an early opportunity, but well cleared by Saroulis. And City will have the throw on the attacking right. Throw-in taken, well intercepted again. And West might have a little bit of space now. Pushing forward up onto the left-hand side. Intercepted though, and now the ball comes out to Di Bartolo. She tries to flick it on, but West are going to be able to clear through Saroulis again. But City are very strong in midfield, and here comes Dylan Holmes trying to slip a ball through, but Saroulis is going to be there first again, and she puts it out for a throw on the attacking left for Adelaide City.
Seen possession only in Adelaide City's attacking half so far as plays restarted through Nicholas. Nicholas to Sasaki. Sasaki holding up the ball there. Tries to put a ball in. Again, the pressure from West Adelaide there, keeping the ball in the corner line, trying to clear it out there, and they do, but only as far as Di Bartolo. Plays the ball into Fitzharris. Fitzharris loses possession. It's got to be a shot! A fantastic shot there that hits the crossbar. Well, that was brilliant there. It was a pressure from West Adelaide there. Dylan Holmes came running in and kind of sprayed it a little bit too high, hit off the crossbar there as you're looking at the replay. Fantastic shot. That could only have been millimetres away from hitting the underside of the bar. Will we see restarts play for West Adelaide? Here's Bailey. Plays it out deep to Georgia Macri. Macri loses possession of the ball. It goes out there. Campagnoli sees it out. It's going to be a throw into Adelaide City. City restart play. Had the lion's share of the ball in the very early minutes of the game, and they're going to be looking to assert that dominance throughout. Here they go, City pushing forward now, in the middle of the park. Looking for Fitzharris and Sasaki, but can't find it now. Again, bogged down in the middle of the park. Adelaide City, the ones that find themselves in possession. Saroulis tries to clear it out. Saroulis now to Papagiorgio. Papagiorgio out wide, West Adelaide pushing up forward. Here's Macri. Looping ball, searching over the top, looking for Nicole Tilley. Tilley gets the ball, tries to hold it up. It's going to be put out of play by McNamara. West Adelaide will have a throw-in in their attacking half.
It's really the first time they've even got this far in the first couple of minutes. They've been under a lot of pressure, West Adelaide. Burgess with the throw. She finds Macri. Can she get a ball in? She's got McNamara for company, and McNamara won that battle. So Adelaide City are going to be able to clear, and they've got a bit of time. And the ball was nearly flicked forward, and in fact it was really well flicked forward, but then Campagnoli was dispossessed. Now West Adelaide go forward, but unfortunately for them, the touch was heavy, and Papanikidis gets her first touch. Of course, she's a former West player, and she's done a pretty good job here getting the ball out to Nicholas on the left. Nicholas now into Campagnoli, back to Nicholas. Plenty of familiarity between those two. Adelaide City now are going to decide to go long, and here's Nano Sasaki, but her touch just wasn't as she wanted. West Adelaide are going to take the relieving throw through Emily Hodgson. No, she's just rolled it further up the pitch. Been a great pickup for West Adelaide, Emily Hodgson. And bit of argy-bargy in the middle, but Hodgson's going to make the clearance, and Tilly was beaten in the header there. Now it's in midfield. Pavla Manolakis tries to get it on. She wants to get the ball under control, but no, she's hooked it forward. And Tilly takes control really well. She tries to slip the ball through. Now there's a big chance for West Adelaide. Macquarie's in the middle, but well done there by Nicholas to force the corner. That's the first of the game. But West got themselves a little bit of a foothold after, in the first couple of minutes, being a little bit under the pump. But now they're going to have a really big chance to score through this first corner. Not a huge amount of players up. Maybe they're just waiting to wander in. Papa Georgiou's in there, Tilly's in there. They're really the only ones near the penalty spot, and it's going to be easy for clearance for Adelaide City in the end. And probably not a huge amount of attacking intent there at that corner. Dispossessed there was Campagnale. That was a really good play there for West by Hodgson, but it's going to be a throw-in on the right-hand side for West Adelaide, which Hodgson will take. She's got Pavla Manolakis handy. She's going to go back though. Now it's taken back to Hodgson, sorry. And the ball has gone forward, but offside is the call, and Adelaide City will have the relieving free kick.
Just ticking over to 5 minutes played in this game, and if the first 5 minutes anything to go by, we could be in for a very, very interesting 85 to come. Very frantic start. Both teams trying to assert their dominance on this game. Adelaide City will now restart play. Move play up, trying to strike again. Here's City. It's Macaulay. Plays it back to her fellow centre, Holmes in the midfield. Holmes plays it forward to Fitzharris. Fitzharris holds up play, does well to keep possession away from West Adelaide, but ends up losing it. Holmes there, looking for the foul and gets it. Fouled there by Pavla Manolakis in the middle of the park. Adelaide City with a free kick through there. Captain today, at least, Dylan Holmes, plays it out wide. Good ball to Nicholas. Nicholas, the fullback, playing very well there to take on the West Adelaide player, but the ball in was a disappointing one. Saroulis is going to manage to clear that up. Looking for the line. Only finds Macaulay, the centre-back. Macaulay plays it in. Adelaide City passing very well. Looking for Sasaki, but can't find it. Cleared out by Pavla Manolakis. Here's Tilly. Can Tilly hold up play? She can. Does well in a sea of Adelaide City players. But City managed to win the ball back, and through their short passing get a good chance here at goal. Here's Di Bartolo. She's going to get the ball and push into the box. Di Bartolo. Has she been fouled? The referee says no. Saroulis there goes into the back of Di Bartolo. City still have the ball though, and will keep pressure on. Adelaide City try to put the ball over the top there, looking for Atkins. Atkins loses possession, and here come now Burnett for West Adelaide. Burnett plays Tilly in. Tilly gets a push from McNamara. McNamara doesn't get the ball though. Here's Tilly pushing for West Adelaide. Done well so far. Searching ball into the box. Finds no one but Papa Nikita, the Adelaide City goalkeeper. A bit of excitement at both ends there, Paul.
There is a little bit of excitement, and you know, really quick turnover of play. It just goes to show that both of these teams can be really, really strong on the counter. Now, free kick given away by Fitzharris. West Adelaide will be able to take the relieving kick in the centre of the ground, and it's just put off by a whistle, but it's in the game that's being played on the second pitch, which you can see in the background. Now City come forward, West Adelaide come forward. Hodgson though, that's a really bad ball, and she's given Fitzharris a chance one-on-one with Saroulis. Saroulis just did well. Oh, she's done really well there to get the ball away, and she's cleared it all the way out. So here's Macaulay, and City can just rebuild again through Papanikitis. McNamara. Campagnale. Brings it inboard to Atkins. And now tries to get the overlapping run. It's Gray on the right-hand side. She's got Sasaki in the middle. And that ball, though, has gone out for a goal kick. It's going to be Willisey to take the relieving free. Some good movement there from City. They obviously, as we know, a very well-drilled, well-coordinated team. And the bedrock of this team has been very successful last season, of course, winning the Cup and the Championship. They just fell short of winning the premiership as well, which was claimed by West Adelaide on the last day of the season. That's a long ball for Macri to run onto. She's not going to get there, but Papanikita's clearance wasn't quite what she would have hoped for. And now De Bono has got an opportunity on the right-hand side with Nicholas tracking her. De Bono and Nicholas. De Bono's got clear. She gets the ball in, but straight to Papanikitis. So Adelaide City have an opportunity to build again. McNamara getting it out to Gray. Sorry, that's Gray in the middle there. And West Adelaide have won possession though, but given away again. And City can push forward now. And here's a through ball. Now, a big chance for Adelaide City to score. And terrific closing down by Saroulis. She got to Fitzharris and made sure that when the striker pulled the trigger, she managed to win the corner, well, managed to at least give it away so that a corner was as bad as it could get for West.
End-to-end stuff here in the early stage of this game. It's still Adelaide City 0, West Adelaide 0. Adelaide City will have a chance from a corner, though. Wandering over there to take it. Dylan Holmes and Nicholas, the fullback. The opposite end of the park where she typically plays. Instructions come in from the coaches. The ball's played in by Nicholas, but only as far as ahead of the West Adelaide defender. Going to get another chance though. McNamara just outside the box. McNamara looking to build up play again. Atkins lets it go to Holmes. Holmes looking for the ball out wide. A disappointing one. It's cleaned up there by West Adelaide. Searching ball forward for Tilly. Can't control. No first touch. And Macaulay's going to see the ball back to the goalkeeper and Papanikitis. Reset the positions and build again. Adelaide City will through their passing. Here's Macaulay. Tries to play it up the line, but it's just over the head there of Danielle Di Bartolo. And Adelaide City, very familiar name. Here for another season with the black and white. It's another De Bono, though, that will restart play for West Adelaide. Only finds ahead of the Adelaide City defender, though. And the ball, again, bogged down in the middle of the park. Here's De Bono for West Adelaide. De Bono looking for the ball forward, cut out there by Adelaide City's fullback and Nicholas. Nicholas dances through into the middle of the park. Right in the centre there, searching ball, looking for Sasaki. Sasaki's let the ball go. Can Di Bartolo get there? She can't. The ball's going to go out for a goal kick.
Nearly 11 minutes played. Cass, how have you seen the opening exchanges?
Very end-to-end, like you've mentioned. Very, very frantic. But I think a counter-attack might separate these two sides, even a set piece if they get one. You know, De Bartolo could be the difference maker, or Nicole Tilly for West Adelaide. So I think that's my thoughts so far.
Thanks very much, Cass. Today's WNPL live stream proudly supported by Claymore Wines. Keep an eye out over the coming weeks for the Claymore Wines Women's Football Fundraising Program. Ball's gone all the way to Papanikitis, who clears. And good foot on there by Holmes has allowed Adelaide City to retain possession, but lost again. And De Bono's going to look for the ball out on the right-hand side, but she was never really where her teammates wanted her to be. And the ball there from Macri was just a little bit too heavy for her. So Papanikitis is going to go longer this time to try to find Di Bartolo. And she does get the header on, and she might be able to run onto it here, Danny Di Bartolo. She's done really well. And she's still got possession. She's got Nicholas for support if she wants her. Good back heel. Nicholas now with a left foot cross. And it's just gone over the head of Campagnale. And they're going to have to be able to recycle this now. Campagnale trying to play the 1-2. The cross comes in. Fitzharris, Di Bartolo. Oh! In the end, it was played back. Nearly an own goal, but fortunately for West Adelaide, there wasn't too much power on Pavla Manolakis' interception there, and Willisey was able to claim as Sasaki. He's got lovely touch, Nano Sasaki, but on that occasion she fell short. But Nicholas won it to Di Bartolo. Di Bartolo, can she get through? She can't. And another good clearance there by Hodgson. Adelaide City just had a good minute or so here. Really had a good side of goal. Probably the closest that we've seen so far, but the intervention in the end from Pavla Manolakis just prevented them from scoring. Here's Di Bartolo again, having a good little minute. Sasaki, lovely skill. She tries to find a way through, though, and was lame in the end. Willisey has time. City pressing up. They're not really allowing West Adelaide too much comfortable possession. But now it's Tilly on the left. She's got bodies all around her as always, but it's going to break for Papageorgiou. She has put too much on it, though. It's Papanikidis' ball again. City now, they've got a lot more space to play out. West not pressing them in the way that they've been pressed at the back. But now that may change. Papanikidis is under pressure now. And De Bono tried to close down there, but Macaulay was alive to it. Now she plays it out to Nicholas. On the right. Di Bartolo. Back to Nicholas, but Saroulis will get there first. Plays it back to Willisey. Round 3 of the WNPL South Australia, proudly presented by Valo, professional LED lighting, sports designed and engineered in Australia.
Macaulay and Georgia Macri there tussling for the ball. Macri's got it again out wide. I'll look to cross it in. Macri does. Cut out by the player though, it's going to have a shot. Not a bad shot there by the West Adelaide attacker in De Bono, but now Adelaide City can restart play through Sasaki in the middle of the park. Searching little ball over the top there, looking for Georgia Campagnali, the Adelaide United player. Here's Campagnali. Back to Sasaki. Options on the opposite wing. Tries to find one, it's going to be Nicholas. Will she get there before it rolls out? She does. Snappy little ball in there. Cut out by Willisey, the goalkeeper. And it's West Adelaide's turn now. Here's De Bono. Ball over the top for Tilly. Will Tilly get there? The chase is on between her and McNamara. Well cut out there by the Adelaide City defender. And as far as the byline, though, for a throw into West Adelaide. Taking their time now. De Bono for West Adelaide. Been a frantic start. It can take it out of you.
Yeah, just heard the instruction from the bench to give Nicholas a break and Sasaki to go to left back for now. Here she is.
Sasaki's got the ball, playing it out. Fouled though. Well, the ref said foul, and Adelaide City are going to again slow things down and take a break. Sasaki pushing up. Macaulay will restart play for Adelaide City. The goalkeeper, Papanikidis. We've seen some cavalier darts out of the box from Papanikidis early in the game, Paul. Very interesting, very bold. Adelaide City taking their time. Dylan Holmes in the middle of the park now. Avoids a short ball to Atkins and goes out wide. Here's Campagnali with the ball. Cut out though by the West Adelaide defender. It's going to be a throw into Adelaide City in a pretty dangerous part of the park here. They've showed some promise up front. Though after 16.5 minutes, we're still deadlocked at 0-0.
I was going to say this game hasn't quite had the intensity. It's been some good play, but not quite as intense as sometimes we see these two sides, although I'm sure that will lift.
A battle of the wits, Paul, as Holmes pushes forward. Here's Sasaki. Beautiful chip over the top. Can Di Bartolo get it? There's been a clash. Keeper manages to do well there, and West Adelaide scrambled the ball out of the box. Well, that was probably one of the most interesting chances and probably the best one for the game so far, Paul. Definitely,
and Sasaki just showing her creative flair. She has started this game with all her terrific play, and
once
there's
again,
another example with Di Bartolo getting the ball in from her pass. Papageorgiou is going to be able to relieve the pressure though. She plays it out to Burgess. Macri, Papageorgiou. Macri, well played. Now Tilly's ahead of her. They're outnumbered heavily. And in the end, McNamara, who was well assisted by Gray, has won the ball for City. Now, she tries to play through. Sasaki's through here. I don't think she's going to get there, though. And Willisey will be able to clean up for West Adelaide. She was at Adelaide City, of course, a couple of seasons ago. Sarah Willisey had a terrific season with Adelaide United, where she played most of the games in the absence of Eliza Campbell. Here's Hodgson, another Adelaide United player. And West Adelaide have done really well to get the ball up to Burnett and De Bono. But De Bono's lost out. Tilly battles there, wins it. But it's Nicholas who's going to be able to relieve the danger back to Papanikidis. And she tries to play it back out, but misdirected. West Adelaide's going to have the throw. And again, it's going to be Hodgson coming up and leaves it for Pavla Manolakis. Now, 2-on-1 there, but De Bono's able to win the throw. Just Burnett wants to give her an option. Is that where it's going to go? It is short in the end, but didn't control it as she would have liked. And City are going to be able to relieve. But De Bono's won it again. And here's Burnett. It's gone all the way back now. Hodgson. Burnett again. Good play. Papageorgiou tried to get the touch forward for Tilly. She was well hassled out of there by McNamara. And here's Sasaki. It's been very good so far. Probably should have given that ball to Di Bartolo. And in the end, they've turned it over. But City going to win it back now. Here's Atkins. She gives it to Campagnoli, but it's asking too much of Di Bartolo. Georgia Campagnoli leading a double life as always. Plays at left back for Adelaide United and comes back to City and plays in midfield.
Versatile.
Very versatile player indeed. I think she's been an ever-present in the last 3 seasons for Adelaide United, Georgia C. And having played at left back, she's now doing the polar opposite up on the right-hand side of midfield.
Enormously consistent player, Georgia Campagnoli.
Very much so. So Adelaide City now are on the attack through Nicholas. She finds Sasaki, who's found a bit of space, but well closed down there. West have got it again. Here's Papageorgiou. There's Pavla Manolakis, who won it back in the first place, but it's given away again. The through balls just haven't really worked too well for either side just so far. And Holmes just relieves back to Papanikidis. And here's Atkins. Adelaide City just trying to calm down in possession. Here's McNamara. Not a huge amount of movement ahead of her. And so she keeps the ball in defence, and it's been well worked in the end. So Nicholas has found some space at left back. Nicholas now looking for Di Bartolo. That's a really good ball. Di Bartolo now has a metre, but Hodgson's quick and she's closed her down. And in the end, it's going to end up with Willisey again.
Cass, I'm not sure if you're seeing this, but West Adelaide going to have to do something about Danielle Di Bartolo getting so much space on the wing time and time again.
Yeah, for sure, I agree. And the pairing between Di Bartolo and Nicholas, it's very dangerous. So I think that could catch West Adelaide out sometime within the game.
Well, there's that girl again, this time cut out there by midfielder Pavlo Manolakis. And Adelaide City will get a throw in. Nicholas, a player just mentioned by Cass, a fullback for Adelaide City, plays the ball in, but again loses possession straight away. Here's Holmes, the captain. Holmes has been pretty steady so far. Good ball now from Campagnoli to Sasaki. Sasaki with a very clever ball, but perhaps a little bit too much on that one as Willisey cleans it up. It is still quite early doors, only 22 minutes played, Paul. We're starting to see the odd mistake creep in from both sides.
Yeah, and I think both sides have I think it was mentioned before, just struggled to get that right final ball. There's been a couple, perhaps City have had a little bit more joy, particularly here on the left-hand side, but thus far we haven't had too many balls that have really put a striker in a threatening position. But just as I say that, oh, well, it's offside.
Look pretty offside to me, that one.
But, on that occasion, the ball through was just about ideal, but Burnett had gone just a bit too far forward.
Adelaide City will look to build again. Here's Papanikidis. To McCauley, to Atkins in the middle of the park. Back to Papanikidis once again. Adelaide City content to take things at their own pace. Good ball there by Papanikidis to find Nicholas on the wing. We'll look to find Di Bartolo when she does. Makes a great overlapping run, and they knew each other were going to do that one. Here's Nicholas trying to hold up play now from Hodgson. Does very well to find Di Bartolo again with another little through ball in. Here's Sasaki. Sasaki through on goal. And just to get Cerulis out of the way, but it was well cleared there by her fellow West Adelaide centre-back in Bailey. We're going to see another corner here for Adelaide City. It's their second of the game. And the third in total.
Cerulis has been pretty solid defensively for West Adelaide.
Yeah, agree. She has been terrific.
But again, just moments after we said it, Cass, we've seen that combination between Nicholas and Di Bartolo again causing trouble for West Adelaide. That's something that the experienced Kevin McCormick's going to have to address pretty soon.
Agreed.
Ball in from Holmes. Floats it right to the middle there, but it's cleared very well by West Adelaide. Only as far, though, as Nicholas once again puts the ball in, goes back post looking for Fitzharris, but only as far as Sarah Willisey cleans the ball up.
Cass, I just noticed that De Bono was spoken to by McCormick. Did you hear anything? I'm just wondering if he said, look, Nicholas is getting away a little bit and starting those moves down the left.
Yep, along those lines for sure. I think, Nicholas has the better of De Bono so far.
In the middle of the pipe with Atkins. Here's Campagnoli. Switches play very well. Di Bartolo's there. Nicholas is going to overlap once again. A short ball and finds her. Here's Nicholas. Dangerous again for City. Has to go back though. Here's McCauley. To Di Bartolo. Heavy touch but manages to keep it. Plays it flat along to Campagnoli. Campagnoli cut out there by West Adelaide. Does well to clear. Out wide again with Nicholas. Get used to us saying that, folks. Here's Georgia Campagnoli. McCauley sprays the ball, and it's going to be out for a West Adelaide throw-in. Chance for them to regain a bit of control.
This round 3 of the WNPL South Australia, proudly presented by Valo, professional LED lighting sports designed and engineered in Australia. Here's Di Bartolo to Sasaki. Adelaide City on the move again. Now, can Campagnoli find an angle? In the end, she plays it out for Gray on the overlap. Gray's got Atkins if she wants her. She turns it back inside. Now it's with Sasaki from Campagnoli. Good pressure, though, from Pavlomanolakis. From Bailey. That's back with Campagnoli again. Gets the cross in. Can Di Bartolo get there? Well read by Willisey. And she was out smartly and seems to have had a bit of a collision, bit of friendly fire there. And Hodgson is down.
Let's have a look at that again. Ball comes in from Georgia Campagnoli. Willisey comes out to clear, and right here. Boof. Yeah,
and very much going in between the two players, Hodgson, and the benches have decided that this is a good opportunity to have a bit of a chat, and all the Adelaide City players have come over to their bench to get a couple of instructions. The West Adelaide players are all sort of staying out on the field in the penalty area, a couple of them just seeing how Hodgson is. Just a reminder that today's WNPL live stream is proudly supported by Claymore Wines. Keep an eye out over the coming weeks for the Claymore Wines Women's Football Fundraising Program.
Don't let the grey skies fool you, folks. If you're watching from the comfort of your own home, Cass, it is actually quite humid today, isn't it?
It is actually. So explains why some of the players are actually quite puffed out, especially Nicholas on the wing. She's worked tirelessly, but it is quite very humid.
Sasaki as well kind of slowed down a little bit, using a football IQ rather than her fitness to do the talking. Quick restart, though, from West Adelaide. Look at this.
He's trying to catch them napping. So, but Dylan Holmes is alive to it, and she's going to turn it into an attack. Still Dylan Holmes tries to get the ball in, and I don't know if it was a cross shot in the end, and it's a goal kick. Hodgson has just come around to the bench. She's nodding in a way that suggests to me that she's okay.
Pretty good shot there as we see that again. Dylan Holmes, as you say, Paul, not going to be caught unawares by the West Adelaide sneak attack.
No, it was a good idea. Didn't come off. So now it's Bailey. He's looking for some movement ahead of her. Tilly hasn't had many opportunities thus far to get her foot on the ball. And now she does. Player of the year last season in the FFSA, Nicole Tilly. 25 goals in the regular season. Terrific output, over a goal a game. It's Papanikidis. He's got Nicholas again. Hodgson's just come on, so she's going to surprise her. And that's now forced City to go back. There's Macaulay. Papanikidis, they're patient. McNamara. It's a good movement here from City. Gray, Sasaki on the halfway line. This is good possession, just good controlled possession, but probably just put themselves on the back foot a bit with that heavy ball back to Papanikidis. But here's Macaulay again. Still plenty of time. West not pressing perhaps as much as they could. It's going to be a long game. You probably want to just save that up for save the energy up. But at this stage, it's just allowing City some easy possession. But on that occasion, it wasn't a good ball forward by Fitzharris. West Adelaide are going to be able to take the relieving throw. We've played 29 minutes here at Oakton, Adelaide City Park, and it's Adelaide City 0, West Adelaide 0.
No doubt about it. Emily Hodgson keeping a much closer eye on Nicholas on the wing. And West Adelaide kind of looking to force things to their own danger threat in the other wing. Georgia Macri.
I think she swapped with DeBono. DeBono's gone to right back, and Hodgson's going to go to right wing now.
Papa Giorgio looking to find Tilly there. Ball spills. It's a searching ball forward. Manages to get Fitzharris here for Adelaide City. Looking for Sasaki through, but cut out again. As we've said before, the final ball's kind of been lacking from both sides. As Tilly tries to find a good final ball, does so. Here's Macri through. Papanikidis, and the ball spilled over the top. Can Adelaide City deal with it? Of course they can. McNamara. See, the ball was just a little bit too out of the reach there. Thought
Macri might be in just for a moment, but it didn't quite spin away. Yeah.
We spoke about how cavalier Papanikidis has been. It almost caught her out then.
Yeah.
West Adelaide are going to get the chance to restart play with a throw-in. It's Nanita Burgess, former Philippines international.
Wow.
How about that?
That's great. Like Ian Ramsey. I think he's still a current Philippines international, Ian Ramsey.
Adelaide City now darting through the middle of the park. Here they go. Campagnoli looking to switch. Can she find Nicholas? Can. Found herself in space. Di Bartolo gives her an option. Goes into the middle of the park to find Atkins. A wide option on the other side as well. Put through from Bianca Gray. Enormously quick Bianca Gray. And she'll try to get control of the ball. One, of course, with Adelaide City and Sturt Marion back in the day, Bianca Gray. Enormously quick fullback.
Yeah, no, she's fantastic on those overlapping runs. She, of course, has had a couple of games with Adelaide United, was part of the 2013-14 squad for the Reds in the W League.
Steady header there to put Adelaide City back in play. Papa Giorgio was fouled there by Atkins in the middle of the park. Hasn't had the most dominant influence in the game so far, Christina Papa Giorgio, but everything she's done has been done with her usual.
And she's had a pretty good start to the season. She's scored in both rounds. She's got 3 goals in 2 games. It's not what she's even really there to do. So, Christina can produce the goods.
Nicholas versus Macri now. Gets the ball to Pavla Manikidos. Looking for Hodgson on the wing. Can Hodgson get it? Hodgson versus Nicholas. It's going to be a tight battle as Papanikidis clears the ball. Manages to find Sasaki. Lays it off to Atkins. Plays a 1-2 to Sasaki in the middle, looking for a ball over the top. None of all the Adelaide City players were offside then and didn't pursue.
Good line there by the West Adelaide defence, just forcing that situation where City had to be squeezed in trying to get quality ball forward. And West have a bit of time in the back. They haven't had too much time at the back they haven't been allowed it so far, and on this occasion Holmes comes crashing through, and this could launch a lightning attack. Holmes now, she's offside. Would have been a tight call. It was a great return ball, but and a surprise attack there by City. They just instead of pushing up so heavily as they had, they just lay in wait on that occasion, and that was great play to dispossess. And Dylan Holmes, unfortunately for her, just was in front of the last defender. Stunning. Now it's Tilly for West Adelaide.
Stunning half an hour of football by the today captain of Adelaide City, Dylan Holmes. She's played fantastically well.
Yes, she has. Like many out there, W League experience, and that's why these two sides are as good as they are. They've got no passengers in either team. Now, I can see that this change, I think I like this change that McCormack has made for West Adelaide, putting DeBono to right backs in the swap with Hodgson, who you can see now in the right wing position. She's under pressure from Nicholas, and Nicholas is going to win the throw. But that might have just clogged up that problem that West are having on that side. Here's Di Bartolo, though, and she finds Fitzharris. She's going to get a free kick.
Delightful
There's no
skill in
advantage.
Pretty delightful skill in the passing there between Sasaki and Di Bartolo. That's just experience, isn't it?
Yeah. Nathan Sasaki turned up last year, played 5 games in the reserves for Adelaide City, scored 6 goals, and they thought, well, I think this one can play in the first team.
I wonder if the Adelaide United setup would be kind of keeping a close eye on her this year.
Well, it's interesting that Adelaide City have nominated her as a potential, as the right player they see as a rising star. But here's Macri, and gee, we were nearly caught out there. She had an opportunity, put it straight at Papanikidis. Lightning attack by West Adelaide. And that was really the first shot in anger for the visiting team. But Tilly's now trying to keep the pressure on, and she's won a throw on the attacking left. And just a message to City that even though they've probably been the better side so far, here is West on the attack. But it's good defending. The Di Bartolo clears. Cerulis wins the header. But the ball's back with Holmes. And she just calms everything down. Back to Papanikidis. She looks out to Nicholas, but you can see Hodgson has seen that, and she's going out there to plug that gap when she gets the opportunity. So this time, City attacking on the right. Sasaki's taking off. She wants it. It's probably a little bit overhit for her. Cerulis is going to be able to beat the Japanese player to the ball. But it's going to be a City throw-in. Sasaki wants to get on with it. And nearly was a good option, but a free kick in the end has been given away by Campagnale, who was just a little bit behind in the chase for the ball. And Bailey has won the free kick so that West can relieve on. Oh, geez, this is not a great free kick by Willisey. It's found Di Bartolo, but she's put it out for a throw.
Kudos to the ref, Daniel Bryant, today. Kind of let things go and let the players take control of the match. He's been pretty good. With Sasaki now, turns very well there. Delightful to watch her play. Goes out wide. Campagnale, ball cut out there by Pavla Manolakis in the middle of the park, looking for Georgia Macri. She's got speed. She's got speed against Macaulay. Here comes Macri. Macri in the box, takes a shot, and it just goes wide. Well, that was a brilliant opportunity from Georgia Macri. Did so well to fend off Macaulay and get the shot away there. Let's have a look again. Just sprays it to the left-hand side of the goalpost.
Cass, Georgia Macri had a couple of chances there. Looks like she's perhaps interchanging a little bit more with Tilly and getting into that centre-forward position sometimes.
Yes, agreed, and she looked quite dangerous there, so she could be a difference maker for sure.
Former Adelaide United player, Georgia Macri. No shortage of class.
No, 3 seasons at United, 23 games.
As Papanikidis does a pretty abysmal job of restarting play there. That was almost perpendicular to her and out for a throw into West Adelaide.
Yeah, and she won't be happy if it proves costly. Well, it's only a throw at this point.
It's going to be Nanita Burgess to push up and restart play. Long looping ball looking for Tilly in the middle there, but it's cleared by Adelaide City. Sasaki again with a delicate touch of the ball. Plays it out wide. Great little ball there from Campagnale, and it's going to be offside there for Fitzharris. Great opportunity there for Adelaide City. But it was in response to that fantastic Georgia Macri shot, as we're just under 10 minutes now left in the half. Both teams will be looking to put a goal on the board, take to half-time with them to show for their efforts this half. Ball out for a throw-in exactly on halfway. It's going to go West Adelaide's way. De Bono restarts and advances up the park now. Going to get another throw in. Hit out there by Macaulay. De Bono to restart play again. Here's Macri, gets a touch on the ball. Cut out there by Holmes. Holmes holds up, takes on Pavla Manolakis, and does very well. Great skill by Holmes. This time it's a throw in the other way to Adelaide City.
We played 38 minutes. Today's WNPL live stream is proudly supported by Claymore Wines. Keep an eye out over the coming weeks for the Claymore Wines Women's Football fundraising program. Sasaki. She's been fouled.
Wins a foul there.
Yeah, did really well. And she's been very impressive thus far. Nicholas will be able to take the free kick. Doesn't look like she's going to swing one in. No one's really gone to the centre forward position for City. Fitzharris is there now. And it's Di Bartolo. Does she want Nicholas again? Goes back to Sasaki. Now it's Nicholas. But West not giving them much room there on this occasion. Sasaki, she's going to have to go back. And it's too much on it in the end for Macaulay. And it's gone out for a throw. But West, I think we were just a little bit more alive on that occasion, making sure that they kept the space as tight as possible. Here's De Bono. She's one of several players that have come to West Adelaide from Fulham last season. And certainly this is a very strong West Adelaide team. It's going to be a Adelaide City throw though. We're in the 40th minute now. Still no score. Can one of these teams break the deadlock before half time? Here's Di Bartolo. She's got two players for company. Holds onto the ball. Atkins. Oh, heavy-ish touch. And it's been won back, but Di Bartolo won it back again for City. Fitzharris, Campagnoli. She's got some space. She's going to try to get the ball through to Sasaki on the left, but no, in the end it goes out to Gray. Gray now gets in a pretty good cross, but too close to Willisey. And Sasaki wasn't able to get there. Pavla Manolakis under pressure. Well done by Di Bartolo, but West Adelaide are going to get the throw. Now, bit of frustration on the benches there because a couple of players weren't ready to receive the ball, but Macri then did get it, brought it on to Burnett, but City might clear the danger here, and Macaulay has done just that. Into the last 5 minutes, plus whatever time the referee decides to add on for stoppages. De Bono now has the chance to see if she can find a teammate in a threatening position. Macri's up, Burnett's up. Could be Hodgson even looking for the ball, and in the end Adelaide City are going to be able to clear. Sasaki, Atkins under pressure. Fitzharris and Saroulis has done really well there, and she continues to go, Elena Saroulis, but in the end she was fouled, and good refereeing there allowed the advantage to see if it would take place, and when it didn't, brought it back for the foul.
Frustration from the bench there after Fitzharris dispossessed there. West Adelaide are going to get a pretty good opportunity about halfway into their own half. It's going to be Nicole Tilley to take the free kick. Papa Giorgio saunters into the box. Georgia Macri's there looking. Burnett as well. Bird just wide. And it's going to be a shot. Pretty ambitious effort there by Nicole Tilley. Yeah, that would have been about 35 yards out. Papanikitis has no problem as Adelaide City restart play. Sasaki turns elegantly again in the middle of the park. Here's Atkins. Plays it back to McNamara. McNamara looking for the forward pass to Campagnoli. Campagnoli plays it back again. Here's Papanikitis outside her box once again, playing it out through Macaulay. Nicholas giving an option on the wing, but she goes to Atkins in the middle of the park. Atkins plays it back. Dylan Holmes there. The pressure from West Adelaide starting to get to them. And here's Papa Giorgio. Papa Giorgio, ooh, neat little kick on there. And here's Macri giving it to Tilley. Tilley, ball cut out there. It looks like that was an offside call. Is that offside, Cass?
I think just offside.
And now Adelaide City. The toing and froing will continue for another couple of minutes. Seeing if one of them can break the deadlock before the end of the game. Here's Bianca Gray. Right on halfway, pushing the ball forward to Campagnoli, can't get it. Papa Giorgio using her experience there against Holmes. Neat little ball forward here. Tilley's got the ball, the chase is on. Here's Tilley in the box. Tilley has a shot, but hits only the side netting. Good effort there by Nicole Tilley.
Round 3 of the WNPL South Australia, proudly presented by Valo, professional LED lighting, sports designed and engineered in Australia. Papanikitis. One of several players that has got a foot in both camps. She was at West in 2016, and she's now found some joy on the left-hand side, as City have done on several occasions so far in this half. And Atkins just lays it off back to Holmes, back to McNamara, and back to Papanikidis. Now she goes out again to the left for Nicholas. It's closed down. Tries to get the ball forward to De Bartolo. Good battle there with De Bono. De Bartolo does well. Atkins under a bit of pressure. Holmes now. West just making it a little bit more difficult for City to play the way out that they in the way that they like. But they've still got control of the ball. Here's McNamara. Papanikidis. Back to McNamara. Another former Adelaide United player. Ooh, that ball came back off Tilly, but it's gone too far for the West Adelaide striker to take advantage. Papanikidis tries to get it out left where Di Bartolo is waiting. Good. That's great play by Di Bartolo to get control of the ball there. She plays it out to Nicholas on the left-hand side. And well intercepted in the end by Emily Hodgson. And tries to get it forward for Macri, but well cut out in the end by Macaulay. We're into the last minute, plus whatever time is added on for stoppages. Now the ball's with De Bono. She's put it out. Sasaki has left it for Nicholas. She wants it back. Sasaki doesn't go there in the end. De Bono just makes sure that there's no result other than another throw. Now Sasaki gets it. Back to Nicholas. He's got Hodgson for company. Very, very tight in there. City hold the ball quite well though. And Nicholas plays it all the way back to Macaulay. And they start again. McNamara tries to look up the wing, but intercepted again. Tilly now gets the ball through to Burnett, but Holmes did really well there. And now it's Hodgson. Can she have a shot? She tries to get the ball in for Tilly. It was a good ball, and just a metre or two ahead of Tilly. Great thinking by Emily Hodgson, the Adelaide United fullback and winger. She nearly got through the opening that would have given Tilly the chance to add to her sizable goal tally.
We're into the sundries now as Papanikidis restarts play for Adelaide City. We'll probably look to just take what they have here into half-time. Here's Nicholas. Great pressure by West Adelaide. Manages to find Di Bartolo, but cut out there. Here's Pavle Manolakis in the middle of the park. Finds Georgia Macri. And it's going to be a foul and a free kick. Well, this could be the last chance to learn for West Adelaide in this half at least. A pretty dangerous area free kick. The experienced Christina Papagiorgio, their captain. Going to look for an option. Tilly's at the back of the box. Burnett's there. Macri's in the middle as well. Saroulis there for a bit of height in the box. Can West Adelaide do anything with the free kick? Ball floated in, and Papanikidis comfortably takes the ball. And that'll do it, says the referee, Daniel Bryant. A pretty interesting display of an unmovable object and an irresistible force for the first half. Chances both ends, but a bit of a deadlock as a tug of war between West Adelaide and Adelaide City heads to half-time here at Oakton. Adelaide City 0, West Adelaide 0.
We're just going to see if Cass can get it half-time interview, and she's down there with Georgia Campagnoli, and we'll cross to her very shortly. You ready for us, Cass?
Yes, thank you. Thanks, Georgia. A bit of a frantic first half there and a lot of pressure. What can you do in the second half?
I just think we need to just be more clinical in front of the goal area. We're playing well. We've made a few silly mistakes which shouldn't happen, so we just need to fix up on them and tighten them up.
And obviously, do you think you can get them on the counter-attack?
Yeah, absolutely. We did it last week, so there's no reason why we can't do it this week. So we just have to lift the intensity a bit more and just win on the attack.
Great, thanks, Georgia. Good luck for the second half.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cass. Speaking to Georgia Campagnoli, Adelaide United and Adelaide City player, and she is, of course, a huge part of what City have achieved over the last few years, and will be undoubtedly likely to be part of the W League setup again in the next W League season. And just seeing if we can get anybody from the other side at the moment. When we do, we will go back down to Cass. Just seeing a couple of replays at the moment, and there was that terrific crack by Dylan Holmes early on, which hit the crossbar. That was
very
absolutely superb shot.
Very early in the game, this one, and almost as impressive as the shot was the run in that she gave.
Yeah,
to get so close there.
No, terrific strike, and very nearly broke the deadlock for City.
Well, I'll just get you near the
So I think Cass has got Kevin McCormack. Have you, Cass?
Yes, Kevin McCormack. Thanks for joining me, Kevin. Again, bit of a frantic first half, a lot of pressure. What are you going to do differently in the second?
Look, it's the first game of 5 or so games against Adelaide City, so we're going to, keep improving, work on the opportunities that we got to play against a good team, and then see if we can tweak some little opportunities. We've had some breaks, and if they give us opportunities with Macri and Tilly, one of them is going to go in soon enough. So, but we've got to keep them out for enough opportunities to create those balls in behind. So it's a battle. They're a good team. My team's stretched, so they're giving everything they've got. So pretty proud of that. But we're still in the battle, 0-0. They've still got to win. We've still got to win. So anything can happen in this game.
You're right there, and you've given such a good side. You've put them under pressure, and you've gotten a few chances yourselves towards the end there. So could go either way.
It could do, and it's the first game of a long season, so we want to win. No worry about that, but we want to learn from the opportunity.
Great, thank you, Kevin, and good luck.
Thank you very much, Cass. Speaking to West Adelaide coach Kevin McCormack, and I think it'll be interesting to see how these benches get used today. We've got some options for both sides. Of course, Ebony Philcox is somebody who could come on and change things up from the Adelaide City side of things. They've also got Courtney Mitchell, Isabel Darlin-Flight, the defender, and Nicole Robertson ready to go if they want to make any changes. West Adelaide have also got Maddie Daru. She obviously is very experienced and a former Adelaide City player, so she'll be very familiar here. Christy Hillier, player that starts quite regularly. Dragana Klajic, that's a pretty handy player to have on the bench, another former Adelaide United player, and of course Michaela Quinn. So plenty of depth for both of these sides and plenty of options if they decide that they're going to try to change things up in this second half. I think at 0-0 is a fair reflection so far. Probably thought City shaded the game in the first half so far, but not by enough. Weren't able to sort of break the deadlock.
Yeah, it has been a tug of war. It's been two very quality sides, probably hesitant to put everything at the ball, waiting to see the other team blink. It'll be interesting to see, as you say, going through the substitutes, if we're going to see anyone make the first move, going to make an attacking move, like bringing on someone like Ebony Philcox or Klajic, players that can really turn games on their heads. Adelaide City and West Adelaide out in the middle of the park. We're just looking through some of the very interesting highlights that we had in the first half. I mean, it was a tight, pretty steady, sedate game.
Not a huge amount of chances and openings.
But what was there was pretty interesting. Here's a shot from Georgia Macri as it came in there. Probably the best chance of the game, I would say. Georgia Macri taking on Macaulay there and sprayed the ball just to the wrong side of the post there.
Yeah, no, it's a good effort in that very tight situation there. There was very, very little margin for error there. She would have had to have been extremely precise to have scored there. And there's a couple of there's a foul on Sasaki that we're just seeing a replay of there, and she was absolutely terrific in the first half. Nano Sasaki, I think she will be still having a big influence on this game as it continues. A terrific pickup she's been for Adelaide City since last year. And then the game is 0-0. Of course, this is a continuation of round 3, which is round 3 of the WNPL South Australia, presented by Valo, professional LED lighting sports designed and engineered in Australia. And today's WNPL live stream is proudly supported by Claymore Wines. Keep an eye out over the coming weeks for the Claymore Wines Women's Football fundraising program.
So, Cass, what do you think the coaches are going to be saying? What do you think needs to happen for either team to get a hold of this game?
They really got to find that spark up front. I think both defences are really, putting them under pressure. So there's got to be something special made up front, and the final balls as well got to be better. So I think that could be the key.
I think that'll be definitely true. Earlier in round 3, we had a couple of matches played last night. Adelaide Uni defeated Salisbury Inter 2-1. A good win for Uni. They hadn't got a point so far this season, and a late winner from Mia Lundqvist got them the 3 points against Salisbury Inter. And it was Cumberland 0, Metro United 0. Bit of a surprise there. I wasn't able to see the game, but my guess would be that Metro would have been very much on the attack, in that game, and trying to break down a lot of Cumberland resistance is how I think that one would have played out.
You would have to say, given the fanfare, Metro United probably disappointed with the way the season started. I know we're only 3 rounds in. You know, they could be six rounds and, you know, 4-1-1, which is an extraordinary record after 6 rounds in such a short season. But as it stands right now, a bit underwhelming. Yeah, no, indeed.
Cass, I was going to ask you, they've picked up some pretty good players like Stella Regon and Rachel Quigley, just off the top of my head.
Yep.
They probably, I guess, to the outsider, that would sort of suggest that, they're going to be a really, really tough proposition this season.
Yeah, you'd think so. I think it might take them a little bit of time to get going. I'm sure they will. So you've got Kelsey Zafaridis, also a former Adelaide United player there as well. So I think those 3 are going to be the key for them. But I think give them some time and they'll get going.
Yeah, no, indeed. I think it's obviously still very early in the season. I thought that was an optimistic comment by Kevin McCormick. He said this is going to be the first of 5 times we're going to play Adelaide City. He must be thinking they're going to draw them in the cup and play them in the finals as well, because
bit of a backhanded compliment to Metro.
Because that's 3. There's only, of course, 3 scheduled matches between the 2 teams in the round. As of course we play. Every team plays each other 3 times in the normal home and away rounds, and of course, if they're going to play 5 times, they would have to play in the finals and maybe in the cup as well. So, Adelaide City and West Adelaide, of course, they are playing for the Real Adelaide Derby Trophy. That is at the moment not in anybody's hands with the score at 0-0. But as we mentioned in the pre-game, Adelaide City have a phenomenal record in this fixture. West Adelaide haven't won a match against City since the 2014 Cup final, and they've had 10 meetings in all competitions since then. So, geez, they really, really must be wanting to put that one to bed, and probably just so that we can stop talking about it, Andy.
I think so. Interesting. Adelaide City, I think, pretty how would you say? Pretty desperately missing the services of people like Alex Chidiac and WNPL. I think that's probably where they've been weakest in the game so far. I mean, the service has been fantastic. I mean, Di Bartolo has played really well up front. Campagnoli and Nicholas putting some incredible balls in. Kind of struggling without a real dangerous goal threat. Fitzharris really needs to step up, I think, in this half. What
I wonder might happen in this half is whether Danny Di Bartolo gets herself a little bit more central, given that she is such a good finisher. I reckon if City are really going to try to make the breakthrough, she might, come off the wing a little bit more, get herself more into a number 9 type of position. So it'll be interesting to see if that's the way it goes for City. But at the moment, they're pretty happy with, I think, the way they would have been playing, if not for the fact that they hadn't made as many chances as they would like. Incidentally, the first time these 2 teams met last season, it finished 0-0. But after that, City had a 4-1 win in the televised match in round 10. And a 2-1 win in round 17, and then 4-1 again in the grand final.
Hey, Cass, just looking at the corner flags, blowing a pretty reasonable wind there, and it's blowing in the direction that Adelaide City are going to be shooting in this half.
Yes, you're right.
How's it feeling down there? Is it the kind of wind that's going to make an impact, or probably not that much?
I think it could help them in some way. If, say, Di Bartolo takes a shot, it could go in. So we'll see.
Well, West Adelaide have assumed the position with Nicole Tiri there. Well, over-the-top reliable striker. Scores more often than she doesn't. Restarts play, and it goes to the captain, Christina Papagiorgio. This time West Adelaide in the blue and white, shooting to the left of your screen. Adelaide City in the black and white, shooting to the right. Early throw in.
Nano, good. Nano, look at the space. A bit higher.
Again, a sedate start. Both teams are going to be looking to ease their way into this game. Here's Pavlo Menelakis. Finds Burnett. Dispossessed easily there by Dylan Holmes. Here's Fitzharris. Fitzharris playing a little bit deeper already, you can tell. Looking for Sasaki. Cut out well there by Nanita Burgess. Gray over the top. Will the ball stay in? It will. It's whether or not Sasaki can get there. Goes out for a throw in to West Adelaide. As deep as you can get in their own defensive half. Sasaki there, a little bit slow in the chase.
Yeah, I'm not sure she was just expecting it to go where it did in the end.
Anita Burgess will restart play. Very experienced player. Probably in her 15th, 16th year in the WNPL, Anita Burgess. And the ball goes in there, and now Fitzharris manages to get the ball inside the box, but was dispossessed there. Now West Adelaide are going to look to see if they can get a hold of the ball, but they can't. Nicholas plays it out very wide to Di Bartolo. Di Bartolo still wide. Holding up the ball, and the overlap is there from Nicholas. Tries to put the ball in. Good into the middle of the box, but Sarah Willissey manages to swallow that ball up. Not a real danger to her solid goalkeeping hands, and she's in fine form as well, Sarah Willissey.
She certainly is.
Anita Burgess has the ball on the wing. We'll look for an option up. Cut out by Bianca Gray. Gray Burgess. Ball goes back to each other. It's going to be a throw-in. It's going to be taken by Nana Sasaki. No, she hands it off to Gray. Another sedate start to this half, only in the very early stages. Here's Atkins. Atkins loses the ball to Burnett in the middle of the park. It's going to be a free kick to West Adelaide.
Papa Georgiou looking for her options, but just a slow play to Cerulis. De Bono. Back to Hodgson. She's staying in the right midfield position. De Bono staying at right back, the opposite of how they started, but she's given it away there. And City are going to be able to reset through Holmes. McNamara. She's got Gray to her right, but plays it inboard to Sasaki. Bit of pressure, good pressure in the end by West. Here's Tilly, and Tilly now is going to look for an option inboard, but cut out there again. And Adelaide City just proving themselves very, very difficult to break down. The West try again through Pavla Menelakis. Hodgson. She's got an option there in Macri. Can she get a good ball in now? There's a couple of players there, but well cut out by McNamara. She anticipated, read that really, really well. And City get forward again through Nicholas. And she plays it back to Macaulay. The long ball there is going to be too long for Fitzharris. And West Adelaide have got some time. Georgia Bailey, former NTC player, as many of these players are. She stepped up really quickly to this level. But on that occasion, her ball, commentator's curse, wasn't as she would have hoped.
You got a bad case of the commentator's curse, Paul, let me tell you.
And McNamara was able to clean up. So now it's Atkins. Back to McNamara. Tilly just making her presence felt. Not letting City get out too comfortably. Here's Gray. Sasaki. Tried to play the 1-2, was elegant, but I don't think Gray ever had much chance there. And it's going to be Burgess to restart. Burgess's throw. She's found Tilly. Good battle there with McNamara. Tilly's done well. Now she's got Gray. She's beaten her as well. Tilly's ball in though. Wasn't where she would have hoped. Just needed to cut it back a little bit further. And City are going to get out of jail, but great tackle, Papa Georgiou. And Burgess there has nearly gotten her way through, but good defence. It's back with Sasaki now. She brings the ball forward for Fitzharris. She's given it away though, but intercepted again by Adelaide City by Holmes. And she's won the free kick, and City will be able to take it just in front of us. And we're playing in the 50th minute, 0-0.
The old commentator's curse, Paul. And I think you're an absolutely fine commentator, and your expertise of the women's game and is second to none in this state. But it's like the Book of Exodus sometimes with you.
Yeah. Don't remind me.
Here's Holmes to restart play for Adelaide City. Big looping long ball trying to find Di Bartolo, but Cerulis cuts it out with her head. Here's Hodgson. Atkins in the middle of the park for City. It's like a game of pong sometimes. Such as the dispossession. Sasaki looking for D. Bartolo over the top. But no one on the end of that ball other than Sarah Willesee, the West Adelaide goalkeeper. 0-0 here, 51 minutes played. Here's Burgess. Burgess struggling to get control, but she does well. Looking for the ball back, but doesn't get it. Ball's going to go over the top. Tilly does a great play over Gray there. Tilly's got the ball. Inside the box for West Adelaide. Here's Tilly again. Tilly takes on 2. Goes down there, but nothing doing, says the referee, as Atkins gets playing out for Adelaide City. Here's Holmes. Holmes going forward, cut out by Burgess well. Burgess plays it forward. Here's Burnett. Burnett does well to find Hodgson there and keeps the ball from Di Bartolo. Gets the ball back. Here's Hodgson. Hodgson looking for Macri, but too much on that one. Oh, a bit of a mistake there, and it's going to be Fitzharris who's going to get a chance over Saroulis. Here's Di Bartolo. Doesn't have enough of the speed and probably too much on the ball there. A mistake by the defence of West Adelaide, and it goes through to Sarah Willesee. Another opportunity there through a mistake.
That might be what's decisive today.
It could be. Tilly holding up play very well. Keeps control of the ball, looking forward for Georgia Macri, but no one's at home. Papanikitis, the City goalkeeper, in possession. Here's McNamara. Plays it to Gray. Swap positions with Sasaki there, and the ball is too much on her for their Sasaki. Burgess is going to get a play about a third of the way in to the West Adelaide attacking half, as you can see on your screens there. Anita Burgess going to restart play. Not a whole lot of options. But manages to find the one that she was looking for in Burnett. Ball goes out. Adelaide City throwing this time. It's to and fro.
Yeah, it's tight. You wouldn't expect anything else, though. Sasaki with the flick on, but it's Papageorgiou. No, it's gone back to Sasaki, though. Now it's Holmes. And she can just relieve the pressure by getting it out to Nicholas, who's got a bit of time and space. He's probably going to try and get the ball long, but oh, Saroulis again. She's made another error. Uncharacteristic. She's just, but she's going to get away with it. Ball's gone all the way through to Willesee. And Saroulis can redeem herself with a good ball to Pavla Manolakis. But she's not able to find a teammate. But well dispossessed there. Hodgson now. She's going to try and find Tilly. She's one-on-one. Tilly now. Can she get a shot in? She'll try. But couldn't really ever work herself the sort of angle that she would have liked for that shot. It's going to go out for a goal kick. Today's WNPL live stream is proudly supported by Claymore Wines. Keep an eye out over the coming weeks for the Claymore Wines Women's Football Fundraising Program. Papanikitis now. She's had, hasn't had probably as much good distribution as she would have liked, but she does play that keeper-sweeper role particularly well. She's going to be forced to kick long on this stage because West are pressing up more at this stage. City going to retain possession. Campagnoli. She goes back to Holmes. Holmes advances. She's under a bit of pressure from Burnett, and Burnett's won it in the end. Now, Macri wasn't quite ready, it seemed, to take the pass. And in the end, it's just being turned over again. So here's Sasaki. And Papageorgiou read that, but back with Sasaki. Over to Holmes. Nicholas. Gets the ball out to Di Bartolo, but De Bono read it. She's going to be able to bring the ball forward out of danger. Intercepted in the end by Nicholas.
Hey, Cassandra, Michael Hatzipanagiotis, the Adelaide City coach, having a chinwag with Ebony Philcox here. Are we seeing some activity on the bench now?
Yep, it looks like a change will be made and Philcox will come on.
Looks like Fitzharris is going to come off. Ebony Philcox signed. Oh, no, sorry, that's Georgia Campagnoli, is it?
No, it's Fitzharris.
Fitzharris, yeah.
Well, Ebony Philcox, former Fulham player, made a start with Adelaide City this season. Great footballer, great commentator of the game as well, Paul.
Yes, of course. We were very fortunate to have her special comments joining us when we did the W League broadcast for radio, and great to now be able to commentate her as well.
The immortal words of Alanis Morissette. Isn't it ironic?
It's not really ironic, but
well, neither was the song. Play now with Adelaide City in the middle of the park. Let's see what impact Ebony Philcox can make. Here's Sasaki. Philcox looking for a ball, maybe just offside there as Bianca Gray showing her speed, looking for an overlapping run, but that ball was going to have just too much on it for her. Bailey, the centre back. Philcox does well there to get the ball. And Bailey and Philcox getting some help there from the reinforcement, and Burgess does very well there. Here's Sasaki. Sasaki plays it back, and it's cut out there by Pavla Manolakis. Pavla Manolakis there. Now it's wide. Ball comes in from Gray to Adelaide City. Oh, and it's just kept out there by Sarah Willisey. She had to juggle that ball, and it almost went in. Here's City again, through Holmes. Holmes gets control of the ball very well in the air. And tries to find Di Bartolo through. And it's going to be a foul. West Adelaide will be thankful for that foul.
Immediate impact by Ebony Philcox. Helped make that dangerous situation there with that good work in the corner.
You see the ball
and
come in
the ball
here.
that came in there, and Willisey just was able to rescue her initial spill there to make sure that the scoreline stayed at 0-0.
And it was a foul, so the ball's going to start a little bit wide of where it typically would from a Sarah Willisey kick. Goes over the top. Great to find the head there, Georgia Macri. Good work there. But Adelaide City play the ball out. It's going to be a throw into West Adelaide. Any activity from the West Adelaide bench or Cass, or are they looking content with what they've got out there?
Yeah, nothing so far. They are warming up, but we'll see if any changes be made soon.
Well, Kev McCormick knows what he's doing. As Tilly takes on one, takes on two. It's gobbled up there by the goalkeeper, Papanikitis. We'll restart play along the ground for Adelaide City. The ball goes there, cut out by Papa Giorgio. Papa Giorgio plays it to Nanita Burgess. Burgess can't find anyone on the end of her ball, though. Here's Pavlo Manolakis, holds up play. Here's Sasaki. Sasaki with a football IQ there, plays a great little ball through. That's fantastic. Here come Adelaide City. It's Philcox. Ebony Philcox ball cut out very well there by Saroulis. And it's going to be Adelaide City to restart play there. As you say, Paul, Ebony Philcox right away with an impact.
Yeah, and great play by Sasaki again. I know we sound like a broken record, but she's been terrific. Now the ball comes in from Gray, and shanked clearance there by Bailey. And Adelaide City going to have another opportunity through a corner. We're in the 58th minute here. Still no score. You just get the feeling, though, I don't think it's going to finish 0-0. You just get the feeling there's going to be a moment that will be decisive in this game.
Yeah, and as 15 minutes of the second half clocks up, you probably would say Adelaide City have had the lion's share of the chances in this half.
Yeah, I think so. They've done pretty well, of course, but Tilly did have a couple of opportunities as well. So, but the pressure now on from the corner. Now, plenty of players up. It's going to be won by Papa Georgie. She's done well there. Not quite as far away. I think that's going to be a free kick for handball, though. And West Adelaide will be able to relieve the pressure through Willisey. Willisey's taken a penalty, you know. In 2016, she took an absolute ripper in the preliminary final in a shootout and was able to, at the time, as an Adelaide City player, put them through to a grand final when they faced Fulham.
I love when goalkeepers do that.
I do too. Here's an opportunity for City, but good defending again has kept them out. Sasaki back on the ball. She's being hassled by Burnett, but she's held on to it well. West, I think, has just adjusted their pressure a little bit better in this half. They're just making it difficult. But here's a great through ball for Philcox. She was offside, though, and in the end, it probably just ran on a little bit too much. And Willisey's able to claim it, and she uses Bailey. Philcox going to make her presence felt. Don't worry about that. Another former Adelaide United player. Here's Tilly. Good ball. And long for West Adelaide, but it's going to be won there by Macaulay. Papa Georgiou wins it. Now this gives Macri a chance. Macri now. Can she get a shot in? Macri! Great save, Papanikitis. Great save. And Macaulay's able to get it away. Well, that was a real moment for West Adelaide. And their former goalkeeper, now in the colours of Adelaide City, was able to keep them out. Now here's Saroulis. Can West keep the pressure on? Good pressure. Macri now. And here's a chance for Hodgson. Can she get a cross in? Good defending by Nicholas. West are on the prowl. Now, Macri with the cross. Tilly, no, it's been well won there in the end by McNamara. Sasaki and now City are away. Now, oh, good skills by Philcox. Holds it up well. Sasaki's got space. Philcox wants it back. And Sasaki wins her way past one. But Papageorgiou cleans up there. Now it's Gray. He's come alive now at the moment. And Philcox has won the throw. Not a popular decision, that one, but it is going to be a City throw. The West players thought that should have gone their way.
It's been a big 2 minutes, Cass. It seems like the intensity's heating up.
It has. It finally has, which is good to see.
Bianca Gray restarts play now, goes through Campagnoli. The ball goes out. It's going to be a throw in to West Adelaide. Nanita Burgess to restart play. Going up forward, looking for Nicole Tilley, gets her. Burnett has the ball, but she's overpowered there by the mass numbers of Adelaide City. Here's McNamara. Back to Papanikitas. Buoyed as she would be by that save she just made, keeping Adelaide City in this game. Here's Atkins. Back to McNamara. Taking their time. Rebuild slowly again, Adelaide City. Papanikitas goes to the opposite wing this time. It's going to be Macaulay. To the middle of the park. Here's Ebony Philcox. Philcox to Sasaki. Sasaki with a great ball. Here's Di Bartolo. Danielle Di Bartolo's one-on-one. Takes on the keeper. Is she through? Puts herself on a bad angle. Di Bartolo's still got the ball. What will she do? Turns. Oh, and it's well defended there by West Adelaide. Gee, that was on a platter for Adelaide City. Danielle Di Bartolo, you got to score. Did a little bit too much. Gave herself too tight of an angle there. The angle was too acute in the end.
Just look at the replay. She just never felt... Don't think she ever felt like she could pull the trigger at this point. But a lot of bodies got back in her way, and then when she finally did, it was blocked and gone for a corner. Goodness, what a moment.
Well, two of the best chances in this game have come in the last few minutes. As plays restarted now. Adelaide City with Dylan Holmes have the ball. Ball goes in, cleared well. Atkins is going to get it on the edge of the area. Here we go in this game. West Adelaide will counter now. Won't get it away to a player, though. Here's McNamara. McNamara to Macaulay. Every single player in Adelaide City's attacking half now. Here's Atkins. Campagnoli does well there against De Bono. De Bono versus Campagnoli. Holmes gets the ball there, and the referee's going to call a foul. And it's going to go Adelaide City's way. It's going to be a free kick. Much opposed to the protest there of Christina Papageorgiou. Instructions coming in thick and fast there. Let's have a look again.
Were there a few words down there, Cass? Just a couple of people looked a bit grumpy there.
Yeah, I think they thought it would have gone West Adelaide's way.
Yeah.
Here comes Dylan Holmes now to take the free kick. Again, it's every player in the attacking half. Holmes chips it up. Tries to find the ball over the top. Out at West Adelaide players will let it go out for a goal kick. We are in the 64th minute of this game here at Adelaide City Park in Oakton. It is Adelaide City 0, West Adelaide 0.
Round 3 of the WNPL South Australia. Proudly presented by Valo. Professional LED lighting sports. Designed and engineered in Australia.
Get on your Valo.
West Adelaide now. On the ball with Willisey. Philcox not going to make it easy for her to play out, so it's going to have to go long. And it has found Burnett. And she's got an opportunity to put Hodgson through. And it's not a bad effort. Hodgson has managed to get there, but so has Nicholas. And she's able to clear the danger back to Papanikitas. And City are going to retain the ball here. Now, ball played through. And, Cerulis has fouled. I think there's no doubt about that one. And no one's going to complain there. And Adelaide City will take the free kick for the foul on Di Bartolo. We played 64 minutes, 20 seconds. And we've had the biggest chances, some of the biggest chances of the game in the last few minutes. But the score is still 0-0. City are now going to try their luck from a free kick, but Pavla Menelakis intercepts, and West are able to get the ball away. Well done, Tilly. Read it well. She's held up the ball really well. Now she finds Macri. Macri's all on her own, and City's got 3 players back. She's going to have to try to hold it up, and she's done a pretty good job doing that. Burnett has come through, and Macri's won the corner. That's really good play. she was really on her own there and made sure that she got something out of it.
Dragana Clay, looks like she's coming on, Cass.
Yes, she'll be coming on.
Just wait to see who she's going to replace.
It's going to be Burnett coming off.
Now that's going to be an interesting move because Burnett's played fairly centrally and Klage sometimes plays a little bit wider, so it'll be interesting to see if there's going to be a slight reshuffling there. Non comes Dragana Klage. I know we say it about a lot of players, but she's another former Adelaide United player. Played the 16-17 season with the Reds, and she goes in straight away for action in the corner. The corner comes in. Papageorgiou couldn't quite get onto it, but West Adelaide are going to get another chance, but it's been shanked, and Sasaki's going to be able to clear. It's going to come back to Hodgson, and she leaves it. Now it's come out to the left-hand side for Tilly. Good play by Tilly. Used her body really, really well there. Now she tries a shot. It's probably a bit ambitious though, and that's going to be a goal kick.
I think Clayach is going to bring West Adelaide a little bit more pace, so Adelaide City will have to keep an eye on her.
Yeah, no, definitely. She is a very quick player, and she's going to. She has gone to a more central position so far, possibly a little bit of a more advanced position.
Papanikitis for Adelaide City, the goalkeeper, restarts play. Both keepers played pretty well and made some crucial saves.
Well, neither of them has had a score against them. So
well, that is the ultimate benchmark, isn't it? As Nicholas gets the ball through Di Bartolo. Another substitute.
Yes, looks like it.
And that looks like
Is it
Isabel Dallin Flight coming on by the looks of it.
Now she's normally a defender, but she's going to come on, it looks like, for Atkins. So that's an interesting move there by Adelaide City. It'll be interesting to see if she goes to a deeper position than the one Atkins was playing. Going to have a look now. On comes Darlin Flight. Atkins played pretty well, I thought.
I wonder if that's a reactionary substitute to the introduction of Kalic on the park. Kalic. We will see indeed as West Adelaide push forward, get another throw in.
The Darlin Flight's gone to left back, in fact.
Interesting.
So, well, or has she gone to a centre back position? Because Nicholas is out there as well, and there is Darlin Flight involved straight away.
Now here's Klage on the ball. And it's going to be a corner for West Adelaide. Making no nonsense there, the Adelaide City defender puts it out and gives Georgia Macri another chance to swing a ball in. And for West Adelaide to cause some grief to the Adelaide City defenders. We've played 68 minutes here at Oakton.
They've got a few more up this time, West, than they've had in a couple of other corners. There's 7 players in or just outside the box ready to receive the ball.
It'll be Georgia Macri, as we said, to restart play. Puts the ball into the middle. Papageorgiou heads it down. It's going to be at the back of the box for Klage.
It's another corner.
And it's going to be another corner there. Does very well there, Klage. And it was a deflection.
So strong in the air, Papageorgiou. Really doing a lot of threatening play when West Adelaide do have the corners, making sure she's a handful.
Georgia Macri at the opposite side now to take another corner for West Adelaide. Puts the ball in. It's much more lower along the ground now. It's easier for Adelaide City to clear. Here's Sasaki. Gets the ball still deep. What can she do? Takes the player on in Burgess. Sasaki holding up play again. And she gets fouled. Wins a foul and a free kick for Adelaide City. They'll take that. It's going to be their centre back to restart play. McNamara goes back to Papanikitis. Papanikitis, the keeper, plays it along the ground. Here's Macaulay. Macaulay to Nicholas. Here's Campagnoli in the middle of the park. Campagnoli looking out wide. Gets cut out by West Adelaide, and here they go again. It's Hodgson. Hodgson looking to put the ball into Clayage. And it's going to be a throw in to West Adelaide again. It's rinse and repeat almost. Push up, throw in, lose possession. Push up, throw in, lose possession.
Just goes to show, though, that it is a tight game, and it hasn't been as many opportunities as you'd see in a lot of other matches.
20 minutes plus extra to go here as West Adelaide have the ball. Put the ball into the area, but it's dealt with pretty easily there by the Adelaide City player, and Ebony Philcox. And it goes over the top. It's going to be another throw into West Adelaide.
We played 70 minutes exactly. Still 0-0 in the real Adelaide derby. Adelaide City versus West Adelaide out here at Oakton. And West have had a little bit of ascendancy in recent minutes, but City are going to be able to get away through Nicholas. And she tries to put in a long ball. It's not a bad one, but Saroulis is going to get there first. She's going to be able to cut it out. And City can get out of their own half for the first time in a little while. And Darlin Flight's going to take the throw. So Darlin Flight receives the ball again, plays it inboard. And City now have got the ball out to the right with Gray. She's got Philcox back inside. She goes to Di Bartolo. Good touch out for Sasaki. Can she get a good ball in now? Nano Sasaki just holds it up, gives Gray the opportunity. Well intercepted by Papageorgiou. Gray again. Good battle. Sasaki. Just been driven back into the corner, so she turns around again. Well played. Now it's Holmes, but that's really, really well played and well read for West, but by Macri, but lost again. Battle there in the front of the penalty box, and that time Pavla Manolakis got away. Sasaki again. Now it's City's turn for the pressure. It's gone straight to Willisey, and I really am loving this game, Andy. It's just one of those games that's got that tightness, that edge, but you just wait for that little breakthrough, that little pinprick that's going to make the difference.
Feels like it could happen
and
any
you
time
just
now,
know,
doesn't it?
you just feel like it's coming. I really have had that feeling for much of this half. Thus far, though, it remains 0-0. Now, it's Darlin Flight. She brings the ball inboard, and City are going to have a bit of joy here with a bit of room for Nicholas, but well intercepted again. It's been tight, as we said on many, many occasions. It's going to be a West Adelaide throw on the right-hand side. We are 72 minutes into the match.
And play restarted there. Saroulis, the centre-back, plays the ball. It's going to be another throw into West Adelaide. Bit of activity on the West Adelaide bench this time, Cass.
Yes,
looks like Maddie DeRue.
Yes, the assistant coach is having a chat, so looks like she might come on.
Maddie DeRue, growing up in the WNPL, was a former player in Sturt Marion, back when Bianca Gray was, back when they won the championship. West Adelaide go back to Sarah Willissey, their goalkeeper, who plays a looping ball over into the middle of the park.
DeRue played for City in the grand final in 2016. Not a successful occasion for City that occasion.
Ball's out wide there. Di Bartolo looking to clean up the ball there, but Willissey comfortably gets it again.
I think she spent a bit of time at Fulham last season as well, so done the rounds of the clubs.
Here's Nanita Burgess. Looking for Tilly. Tilly gets the ball, holds it up, does so well. Bit of a shirt grab there from Bianca Gray. Doesn't faze Nicole Tilly. Oh, and that was a pretty cynical free kick there, given away by Nicole Tilly, and she sees herself get into the referee's book as a result of that. No doubt about that one, Paul.
No, I think that's the first card of the game, and has been a pretty clean game. And but on that occasion, Tilly was very late, and yeah, yellow is the correct decision.
And no arguments there from her.
No.
Hope it was a professional foul and not a sign of frustration creeping into the last 15 minutes of the game. We'll see. Time will tell, and there's not much time to tell. Here's Macaulay. Plays it out wide to Nicholas. Nicholas in the middle of the park. Here's Georgia Campagnali. Adelaide City pushing forward there through Darlin Flight. Ball goes in. West Adelaide restart play. Dispossessed. Here's Ebony Philcox. Ebony Philcox takes a breath and goes back. Pushing forward now, here's Sasaki. Cheeky little ball, and it was a good one. Now Bianca Gray, can she get on it? A little bit too much, though. As we're about to see that substitute indeed.
It's actually Christy Hilliard to come on.
She's going to be replacing Pavlo Manolakis in the middle of the park for West Adelaide. Christy Hilliard, stalwart of the club. Played here for many years. What can she do in the last 15 minutes of, well, regulation time at least? Play restarted through Nanita Burgess for West Adelaide. Holmes to Sasaki. Cut out well there. Adelaide City now with the ball. Here's Ebony Philcox. Philcox all over the attacking half in this start of the game. Here's Dallin Flight. Dallin Flight for City. Puts a little ball forward. Couldn't get through for Di Bartolo. Cut out again there. This time it's by Macaulay. To Philcox. Philcox pushes it forward. Here come Adelaide City. Campagnoli plays a good ball there. Round wide. Here's Adelaide City looking for Di Bartolo.
Penalty.
And it's going to be a penalty kick.
Yeah.
It's going to be a penalty. Well, Danielle Di Bartolo was fouled there, and the first yellow card of the game comes straight before the second one.
Yeah.
How about that? Let's have a look again.
I don't think there's any doubt about that.
It was Bailey.
Yeah.
Bailey, the West Adelaide player, takes down Danielle Di Bartolo. And well, Adelaide City, well, this is a opportunity for a goal on a platter here.
Yeah, well, Holmes to take it, and I think what will be interesting thing is here is I reckon these guys would have seen each other have penalties in practice when Willisey was a City player. Will she have some idea where Holmes goes? Dylan Holmes goes high and wide, and it's too good for Willisey, and Adelaide City have made the breakthrough in the 77th minute through Dylan Holmes from the penalty spot. It's Adelaide City 1, West Adelaide 0, and you have to say that that penalty was well earned from a pretty good attacking move, and Di Bartolo in the end, really perhaps if she hadn't been fouled, may well have scored from that position, and Holmes made absolutely no mistake with the penalty, and West Adelaide have it all to do. The breakthrough finally happened, and now it's going to be already some pressure from the restart. Can they make the chance to get themselves back into the game? Nicholas, dispossessed by Hodgson, but it's City's throw.
Well, this could have turned the game on its head, Paul.
Well, it could, and it's probably the side that I would expect would hold the lead better in this match is the one that scored. So West Adelaide have it all to do.
Di Bartolo is going to get a chance again.
Yeah, indeed. But Cerulis was alive to it. Willisey, the pressure's on. City are not letting West off the hook here, trying to defend their lead by taking the game to them. On that occasion, Holmes has put it out for a throw, and now West have got a chance to have some possession and see if they can build an attack to try to get themselves an equaliser.
It's going to be De Bono to restart play. Time's of the essence now for West Adelaide. De Bono with a big looping ball over the top there, looking for Georgia Macri. Ball gets away from him. McCauley's done really well in centre back for Adelaide City today. And well done again in the middle of the park there from Adelaide City. Papa Giorgio cleans it up though. She's going to need to keep a cool head. Bailey gave away the penalty. The centre back plays it to Burgess. And Anita Burgess now for West Adelaide. Disappointing ball there. Cut out there pretty easily by Ebony Philcox. Philcox versus Hillier. Here's Sasaki. The ball did go out of play though. Throw in West Adelaide. Just over 10 minutes left in regulation time. Time to shift up a gear, West Adelaide. Here's Christy Hillier. Bianca Gray. Well, opposite to the intensity City are going to want, West Adelaide are going to want to show. Adelaide City are going to want to slow things down and keep it sedate for the last 10 minutes. Here's McNamara. Plays it forward and gets a good ball there to Georgia Campagnoli. Goes out for another throw in. This time it's to Adelaide City. Bianca Gray is going to restart play. Now it looks like Maddie Daru is about to make her entrance to the park, Cass.
Yeah, another change for West Adelaide.
Just waiting to see who she's going to replace.
It's going to be the captain.
It's going to be Papa Giorgio. Well, Papa Giorgio is walking to the bench.
Yeah.
So Daru will take over. Presumably will go to a more defensive position as Papa Giorgio's replacement. But it's Adelaide City with the ball, and
instant impact from Maddie Daru.
Intercepted straight away.
Is Bianca Gray.
Now she's got ahead of her Campagnoli. That's not where it goes though. In the end, she tries to get Di Bartolo through, but It's going to be cleared away. Might end up being a corner. No, it's a goal kick. Good defending in the end. And now I think we're going to see one more change, are we? No, just asking for another ball, which Grace Abbey decides she's not a player or a substitute today because of still coming back from her injury, Grace Abbey, but couldn't help getting involved and being ball girl there. So West Adelaide restart the game now.
Good first touch, Grace Abbey.
Terrific. Big fan of her. Think she's come a long way in the last couple of years. Oh, Bailey's giving it away to Sasaki. You don't want to do that. And now there's Dubartolo. And on that occasion, though, she went down under pressure from Cirulis. No free kick there. It was a clean challenge. Bailey again now. Is she going to find Burgess on the line? That's probably her best option. She's looking for a run. And it was nearly flicked on by Macri. Now she's going to get a throw. Well done, Burgess, to see the opportunity. Macri against McNamara. And, well, she went down under the challenge. No free kick. It's going to be a corner for West Adelaide. But strong defending there from Matilda McNamara. Of course, there's going to be another change. Going to be for West Adelaide. Just waiting to see. It's probably going to be Michaela Quinn who comes on for Bailey. It's almost a straight swap. Quinn often plays at left back. May go to a more central position now.
Pretty solid game from Bailey. We'll be disappointed in the end with the
gave a couple of balls away in the second half. I think it was disappointing. Now here's the corner from Tilly, but it's going to be one back by West Adelaide, and Tilly can reset and put it in again. But it's gone a little bit deep. Now it's Burgess. She's in a good battle there, but the ball's been cleared away by Adelaide City, and Burgess gave away a foul in the process. And in the 82nd minute now, Adelaide City have a free kick in their defensive half. They lead. It's Adelaide City 1, West Adelaide 0, courtesy of Dylan Holmes' goal. Today's WNPL live stream is proudly supported by Claymore Wines. Keep an eye out over the coming weeks for the Claymore Wines Women's Football Fundraising Program.
Elise McCauley restarts play. Cut out by West Adelaide, though. It's going to be a City throw-in. Their attacking half. Nicholas. Looking for Di Bartolo. Can't find her. It's going to be cut out. West Adelaide win a throw-in. Restarting play now. Gets Maddie DeRue, but it only hits her head. Goes over the top. Here's Holmes, a goal scorer from a penalty. Looking for another way through, but can't find it. It's going to be another throw-in this time to West Adelaide. Quinn. Restarts to Cirulis. To the goalkeeper, Willisey. Plays it out to the opposite wing there. It's Quinn, back to Cirulis. Cirulis plays a searching ball. Can only find Adelaide City, though. Here's Hodgson to Campagnoli. Hillier. Hillier in the middle to Maddie DeRue. DeRue holding up play. Cirulis is going to get the ball. Adelaide City with incredible pressure here, keeping West Adelaide in their defensive half. No options up front. Christy Hillier with a darting run forward. Here she goes. Looking to find. With Hodgson up front. Hodgson playing much more attacking than she was in the first half. Ball cut out by Sasaki. Nano Sasaki played well all game. Comfortably taking on the player. Here's Sasaki, still got it. Plays it to Di Bartolo. Looking for the overlapping, gets it. Sasaki there. Very well tackled there by Cirulis, the very confident West Adelaide defender. Ball goes out here. Need to pick up the intensity, West Adelaide. Ball cut out by Philcox. Ebony Philcox to Georgia Campagnoli. Looking for Nicholas. The option's there. It's probably a bit too much on it. The speed's there. Can she get there? Played a good running game there. Probably doesn't have it in the legs after all that. It's going to be a throw-in.
Well, it's been probably a very sapping game for these players. Very humid conditions today here at Oakton. Adelaide City 1, West Adelaide 0. We're in the 85th minute. City are in attack. They've managed to keep the pressure on while they've been leading. But now West have a chance. And they've given it away, though. And it's going to be turned over again. And McNamara has got time. McNamara and McCauley. It's not the Mac attack, it's the Mac defence for Adelaide City. but they've been impassable so far today for West Adelaide. Now, bit of pressure on the wing. Burgess wins it though. Can she get rid of it straight away? But that probably wasn't the best option. I thought that might have been a free kick. West Adelaide are going to come up with the ball, however, and in the end, just to clear the pressure, Holmes just said, "Get this thing right away from me," and we'll reset with our players getting back into defence. So Burgess again with the throw. It's a longer one now. Klajic is there on the overlap, and that was Macri trying to win the ball. And once again, it was cleared by Gray. Adelaide City now. They're the team under pressure just for this moment. They've managed to been the team that's been applying the pressure in recent minutes, but now they might have to see if they can deal with a late rally from West, who come forward now through De Bono. She plays it inboard for Daru. Daru now, she's gone into traffic. She's managed to hold on to the ball, but no, she's lost it in the end. Good pressure from City. Di Bartolo now. It's time to turn and trying to look for an option.
Geez.
She's going to get a free kick. That was a pretty heavy challenge from Hillier. No doubt about that. And City can slow it down. Just looking at that replay and just, well, a couple of other sports that might have been a quality challenge, but not in this one.
Yeah, they're played in a ring usually.
But what it's done is it's given City plenty of time just to eat up a little bit more time. And Nicholas has now got the ball in attack, but nothing doing for her. And all she's really managed to do is give away a goal kick. And West Adelaide can really get on with it now if they want. And the ball's come out to the left back position in Burgess. And now here's Macri. And can West Adelaide get the ball forward? They really have struggled with the pressure that City have applied high up the park against them. And now they're going to have to switch the point of attack. Here's Cerulis now. Cerulis decides to go long, but this is where it's just been breaking down. They've got the ball back though, West through Hillier. Hillier now, she's got Macri out on the left if she can see her. That's where it goes in the end.
Great ball.
Now Macri is looking for options ahead, trying to get a through ball. Well read by McNamara. She hasn't let the flies through today. And Burgess is going to try again in the 88th minute now. West Adelaide, can they get the equaliser? Not like that. That touch forward by Tilly wasn't the touch that she was trying to get. And City have possession again in the dying minutes here at Oakton.
Well, it really is the last chance to learn for West Adelaide. Here's McNamara. Mac defense. I like that ball. Georgia Macri intercepts. Macri finds Klajic. Tilly now has the ball deep. This is a big chance for West Adelaide. Puts the ball in. Papanikitis though swallows it up. Georgia Macri looking to get some of the crumbs from that table, but nothing doing. Papanikitis comfortably there. Will soak up as many seconds as she can here. And a good distribution there. Going up forward to Di Bartolo. Right in the face, she cops that one. Here's Sasaki. Sasaki. And now Georgia Macri has a chance. Georgia Macri. West Adelaide need to do something now. Well done by McNamara there. It's going to be a corner kick.
Just quickly, Cass, we're not going to be able to hang around after this game, so the broadcast can start for the next one. Player of the match for you?
I'm going to go with Sasaki. I think she's been great all match and very silky on the ball and the focal point in Adelaide City's attack. Yeah,
hard to argue with that, I've got to say. I think she's been terrific.
I'm going to be a bit contrary, and I'm going to say Dylan Holmes. She's been fantastic for the game. And although it was a goal through a penalty, it was just rewards for her efforts, I think. Well, they get more rewards for their efforts. Here comes Adelaide City. Di Bartolo has Sasaki as an option. But it's done very well there, Maddie Daru. We're in the last minute of regulation time here at Oakton. It's going to be an Adelaide City throw-in. West Adelaide need to get possession of the ball. Georgia Macri looks hungry, so does Nicole Tilly.
But just once again, like we saw throughout last season, West Adelaide have really struggled to breach Adelaide City's defence, and might be again costly for them today.
Here's Nicholas. Nicholas to Bianca Gray. Gray plays it to Sasaki. Using her silky skills there to keep a hold of the ball. Gray has it again. looking to put the ball in. And Willisey responds with haste. Here comes West Adelaide.
Just waiting to see if we're going to see a sign of how much extra time is going to be played, how much injury time. Claich is under that, but she was never favourite to win it. It was won in the end by Philcox, and West Adelaide is going to get a free, though, through a foul on Hillier. And now they are going to try to throw some numbers forward.
Well, you can see on
Tilly's forward, Macree's forward, Claich is forward, Hodgson's forward. It's going to go long. This is what West Adelaide's going to need to do. Just throw the kitchen sink in these last couple of minutes, but they've lost it straight away. Macree's touch went to Sasaki, and she's given away the throw. Adelaide City are in control. They lead 1-0, and they look like they're going to win the real Adelaide derby today. Cerulis, her touch is not a bad one to Daru. Now can West Adelaide get some joy through Hillier? She brings it out now to the right-hand side into Bono, but once again, no joy for West Adelaide. And they've given away the throw-in. And it's just looking to me like they're not going to find a way to get the equaliser. They just really haven't been able to even get themselves much of a sniff since they went behind. City have been very organised and very disciplined, and look like they're going to hang on for the 3 points. Here's Darlin Flight. She finds Philcox in space. Good control, just controlling the ball, but that ball was a little bit shanked. Sasaki, though, was good enough to get there. Philcox. Campagnale. Holmes. That's a terrific attempt to get Nicholas through, but didn't quite have the angle on it that she would have wanted, and now Willisey's going to try and get on with it as quickly as she can for West, but there's just nobody there, and Holmes has got the ball, and Macaulay's played it through. Now West have got an opportunity through Hodgson, but it's going to end up going out for a throw-in, and Andy Rusgar, you can bring us home.
Well, in the third round of the WNPL, where the much-touted Metro have kind of floundered in the first couple of weeks, Adelaide City are going to come out and make an enormous statement. A 1-0 lead over West Adelaide to put them clear on top of the ladder. That is, unless in these last seconds of the game, West Adelaide can reverse and get an equaliser. Well, they won't get it in this part of the park. It's in their defensive half. Here's Cerulis to Willisey, the goalkeeper. Willisey to Anita Burgess. Plays it out wide. Georgia Macree's going to have to work very hard to keep that in. I don't think she can. It's going to be a throw into Adelaide City. And again, a throw in and an opportunity for them to take up more seconds, of which there can only be a handful. Here's Gray over the top to Sasaki. Controls well, in no rush. And that is full time here at Oakton, Adelaide City Park. And it is the namesakes of the park that win. 1-0 through a penalty goal in the 76th minute through Dylan Holmes, their captain. It was Adelaide City 1, West Adelaide 0.
We're going to have to wrap up very quickly. Thanks very much, Cass. Terrific sideline comments. Appreciate your work down there.
No problem. Thanks as well.
And thanks, Andy. Thanks to the 10th inning for putting together this broadcast, and to the FFSA. Andy Rusgar and Paul Marcachetti signing off for round 3 of the WNPL. Adelaide City 1, West Adelaide 0.